Yo, what's up guys? And in today's video, I'm going to go over the top 5 best tips that I could possibly give you to improve from noob to pro. So in this video, I will be going over 3 different categories: aiming, piece control, and mechanics. So to start off with aim, I don't even need to go into an aim trainer for this, but honestly, if you look at the top of my screen, you can see the code of this map, or you can just search up Mechanics Training V5 by Raider464. But you can do either or, whatever you want. Join this map and go into the aim section if you feel your aim sucks. Now, little bonus tip before I go into any of this: make sure that when you are playing any sort of game, specifically you want to play ranked in order to improve the most, and play as best as you can. Play it like a cash cup. I know it sounds stupid, but you don't want to play it like a Peterbot cash cup finals. You don't want to play it super cautious, and you don't want to play it like a bot in the cash cup opens or something like that, or finals more so. But back to what I was saying, go ahead, train your aim, and also write the things you don't feel like you're good at down on a piece of paper, so this way you remember every day to practice those things in the morning or whenever you get on. So to start off with aiming, for these 2 tips, I'm going to be telling you that when you're aiming, especially with ARs and just in general with any sort of spray gun, other than SMGs are more so going to be used for up close. With ARs, at best, is what I'm trying to say, tap firing. If you don't tap fire, your aim is going to be horrible. And it's not even that. You could have the best aim in the world, but the person that's tap firing that has as good as aim as you is going to hit more shots than you if you're just spraying. Now, this also depends on what gun you're using. So for the hammer AR, it doesn't have that much bloom. Now, as you can see, it still has definitely quite a bit of bloom, but it's not as bad as something like like the Gunner's SMG or something like that. Now, obviously, that's not in the game, but think of your worst nightmare with recoil-wise and bloom and stuff like that. Certain guns are going to give certain advantages and disadvantages. Some of them give only disadvantages, and some of them give no disadvantages. So you want to pay attention to the guns that are in the game currently to give you the best potential. But tap firing is definitely one of the best tips that I can give you. Also, with ARs, you want to make sure that you know whether your gun has a bullet drop or if it is just a straight no bullet drop gun. Now, the reason why I say this is because if you don't know whether or not it has bullet drop or not, you could be aiming ahead and it's not going to hit. Now, the reason why I say aiming ahead of your opponent is because with bullet drop, it takes a little bit more travel time for your shots to hit when it comes to distance. But with a normal gun that shoots directly straight, you have to aim more so directly at the opponent, which means that it's going to be a lot easier to hit the opponent than it would be with the slow traveling bullet. Now, moving on to the piece control section, 2 tips. Number 1, which is a bonus tip, so actually 3 tips, I guess, always putting on pressure. Let's say little Timmy over here is in his own little box, and I need a refresh. So I'm going to start off over here, and I'm just going to put some pressure. Oh no, he replaced the wall. Pretend that's not mine, but that's still Jimmy's, or Timmy's, whatever his name is. And I start pickaxing everything. I start shooting everything to put on pressure. I start building up. Let's pretend that's my cone. And he keeps this. Now, again, even if you don't take it, it's putting pressure on the opponent, and it's making the opponent more scared to fight, and it's going to put them in a more stressful position. When it comes to stressful positions, as we have all probably dealt with this, you get panicky. When I say this, I mean you literally start to freak out and you go bonkers. So more than likely, this opponent is going to edit out of one of these ways. He's going to have to eventually before I get his wall, unless I am on above 150 ping. Remember, you can always take a wall if you are under 150 ping, even if the person's on 0 ping. Although the person on 0 ping has a better chance, you still have the possibility of taking it. Mostly because of that 150 millisecond delay when no one can take the wall or whatever build it is. Now, pressure is really just the key thing to piece control and box fighting in general. Now, for true piece control, you want to make sure that you are taking behind cover peeks and boxes, which also goes in the peeks category. If little Jimmy over here is exiting out of this box and I don't notice it immediately, but I have to do it quick, if I'm just doing this as lavish as I can and as quick, it's going to put me in a worse situation unless I'm actually a good piece control player and I know what I am doing. Specifically, you should always, whenever you're going for a side piece, like let's say he runs out this way instead, I should automatically be placing that wall, a cone, and 2 walls. Immediately, this is all mine, and the only thing that he can do is go back in to that box, which means that it's going to put him in an even worse position. Well, not exactly. It's going to put him in a little bit of a better position, but it's not going to be any better than the position that he was in. That was a whole lot of words. I don't know what I just said. Either way, side piecing is the best thing that you could possibly do to win fights. Now, second tip, below piece controlling and above piece controlling. This is like a 2-in-1 section. So above piece controlling is very easy because it's easy to play high ground than it is low ground. For some people, not all. Now, for example, let's say you're fighting another little Timmy, or as I like to call this man, Jimmy. Jimmy over here is in this box and he's just chilling. And he has a cone, which is a good factor. Again, with piece control, or if you're getting keyed yourself, you always want to have a cone in your box, or maybe even a stair. Something in your box to prevent you of getting hit when an opponent takes one of your walls, or your floor above you. Is going to help you and give you more time to escape out of that box. So, let's say Jimmy over here, I'm putting on pressure like I had said before, and I take his wall. Now, what I can do is I can either go with a wide peak like this and reset, or I can go with more of a safer peak, like this, or like this, or like that, or like that. Now, you can already see that there's a lot of peaks that I can take when above than I can from below. Now, if we're going to below piece control, let's just say Jimmy over here, again, he runs away and he goes above, and I don't want to fight above anymore because I wasn't able to hit my shots. Now, I'm putting on pressure, and let's just pretend that cone's not there. He only has a floor. Let's say I notice that this floor is being built and I don't see a cone in there. Immediately, you want to, even if you don't see it, you just want to try to place it. If it doesn't go through, then it's okay. Put on pressure, like always. And if you get that cone in the box, you immediately have already got the 50 to 75% chance of winning. So, then again, once you get that cone, put on pressure. Put on as much pressure as you can because it's going to eventually make this opponent have to leave. And with this cone, I can do whatever I want. If I need to protect myself, even though I have this wall, I can still block a shot and shoot him, since he has a delay where he can't shoot, like that. If I spam this, it's not going to let me shoot until that cooldown goes off, or whatever you want to call it. So those are the 3 tips I have, and last but not least, building. These are just going to be simple building techniques to build your what I like to call your tool belt. But basically, there's quick little simple training tips that I'm going to give you that'll take 30 seconds each. Now, number 1, let's say you can only do single edits. I want you to practice your single edits as much as you can to go as fast as you possibly can. Now let's say you get good at this and you get pretty fast. Now, once you get to double edits, you already have that speed. I want you to transfer that speed into double edits. Now, it's going to be a little bit different, but eventually you'll develop a rhythm like this. I'm on high ping, so I have an excuse. I don't care. Now, let's say you're done with that, and you get double edits down. Now you move on to triple edits. This rapid trigger is really messing me up right now. But obviously, this cycle goes on and on and on. Once you get good enough at these triple edits, double edits, single edits, quad edits, you want to move faster and better. Now, obviously, you're not going to be doing quad edits on a kid unless you're like Peterbot or something in game. But another tip. This is called high walls. High walls is a very good protection system that allows you to get high ground better and more protectively. Now, high walls can be a little bit difficult for someone like a new player, such as maybe the kid that I'm coaching right now. And he has started in like chapter 3, and obviously that's not entirely like a new player, but it's not that long ago. And if you don't train correctly and you don't know how to train correctly, it's going to lead to bad mistakes. So high wall 90s is definitely something that I recommend for you to practice in order to get high ground quickly and effectively without taking damage. Number 2 is literally going to be this little trick right here. It's protective, and I'm practicing on this side now. Now, obviously, I'm not that good on the right side, but on the left side, I'm pretty good. But that's all I have for you guys today. I will come out with a more, like, intermediate level version of this type of video. But I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!